Today we embark on a journey through the intricate dance between abstract philosophy and concrete reality, the torment of guilt, and the redemptive power of love and suffering. Have you ever questioned the moral boundaries we navigate daily, or wondered how our deepest sufferings can lead to our greatest transformations? Together, we'll delve into these existential inquiries through the lens of one of literature's most tormented souls, Raskolnikov, and the enduring wisdom of Stoicism. In Crime and Punishment, we witness the tortured journey of Raskolnikov, a young, impoverished ex-law student whose internal conflict pits his extraordinary man theory against the immutable laws of morality and conscience. His descent into madness and eventual redemption echoes the Stoic belief in the importance of aligning one's actions with nature and reason. Raskolnikov's philosophical justifications for his crime are stark reminders of the Stoic warnings against living too much in the abstract, detached from the reality of our shared human existence. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of engaging with the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. Raskolnikov's extraordinary man theory, which suggests that certain people can transcend moral laws, isolates him from reality, leading him to murder in the belief that he can rise above ordinary human constraints. But as Epictetus cautions us, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. This sets the stage for one of Dostoevsky's most profound lessons: the peril of abstract thinking devoid of practical engagement. Raskolnikov, ensnared by his intellectual arrogance, conceives himself as an extraordinary man, exempt from the moral constraints that bind ordinary people. The Stoics, particularly Seneca, warned against such detachment from reality. Seneca stated, "He who is brave is free," emphasizing that true freedom comes from virtue and understanding the natural order, not from arbitrary self-exemption. Raskolnikov's failure to grasp this truth propels him down a path of destruction, one paved with hubris and moral blindness. Raskolnikov's belief that he can commit a crime without remorse quickly unravels as his conscience begins to torment him. This aligns perfectly with Seneca's insight that a guilty conscience can never be at ease. Despite his attempts to rationalize his actions, Raskolnikov is haunted by fear, shame, and an overwhelming sense of guilt. His suffering is a direct consequence of his detachment from the Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature, one that recognizes our shared humanity and the acceptance of moral laws as universal and inescapable. The torment that Raskolnikov endures after his crime illustrates the Stoic belief in the inescapability of the inner judge. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Raskolnikov's soul, tainted by his heinous act, cannot find peace. The internal suffering he faces is a testament to the Stoic assertion that our actions, whether aligned or misaligned with virtue, define our inner tranquility. His guilt becomes his relentless tormentor, a manifestation of his failure to live in harmony with natural and moral law. Enter Sonia, a beacon of light in Raskolnikov's dark world. She embodies the Stoic virtues of compassion and resilience, serving as a living example of how one can find peace and purpose through virtuous living despite suffering. Her love and forgiveness towards Raskolnikov play a crucial role in his eventual redemption, illustrating the Stoic idea that we are all interconnected, and that true strength lies in our ability to support and uplift one another. Sonia's compassion reflects the Stoic virtue of sympathia, or the interconnectedness of all human beings. Epictetus taught that we should live in harmony with others, recognizing our shared humanity. Sonia, despite her dire circumstances, exemplifies this by offering Raskolnikov unconditional love and understanding. Her ability to see beyond his crime and connect with his suffering soul is a profound demonstration of Stoic wisdom in action. Through her, Dostoevsky shows that even the most wretched life can be a beacon of Stoic virtue, guiding others toward redemption and self-realization. Raskolnikov's journey reflects the Stoic concept of prohairesis, or moral character, which is central to our well-being. His initial rejection of societal norms and his eventual acceptance of his guilt highlight the internal struggle we all face between our lower impulses and our higher moral responsibilities. As he confesses his crime and accepts his punishment, Raskolnikov begins to realign himself with the Stoic path of virtue, finding a sense of peace and purpose that had eluded him. The Stoics believed in the transformative power of suffering, viewing it as a path to wisdom and moral fortitude. Raskolnikov's eventual confession and acceptance of his punishment echo this belief. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Raskolnikov's suffering leads to a profound personal transformation, a shedding of his previous arrogance, and a rebirth into humility and empathy. Through his journey, Dostoevsky illustrates the Stoic idea that suffering, when met with courage and acceptance, can lead to spiritual awakening and redemption. Dostoevsky's critique of nihilism and hedonism through characters like Svidrigailov further echoes Stoic teachings. The Stoics warned against the pursuit of pleasure for its own sake, advocating instead for a life of moderation and self-control. Svidrigailov's nihilistic and hedonistic lifestyle leads him to despair and ultimately to suicide, underscoring the Stoic belief that a life devoid of meaning and virtue is ultimately unsustainable and destructive. The character of Svidrigailov serves as a cautionary tale against the dangers of living without guiding principles or values. Seneca said, "The greatest wealth is a poverty of desires." Svidrigailov's insatiable pursuit of pleasure and disregard for moral constraints bring him to a state of existential emptiness and despair. His eventual suicide is a stark illustration of the Stoic warning that a life driven solely by hedonistic impulses leads to inevitable self-destruction. Dostoevsky, through Svidrigailov, reinforces the Stoic belief in the necessity of a virtuous, purposeful life. The value of suffering is another profound theme in both Stoic philosophy and Crime and Punishment. The Stoics taught that suffering is an inevitable part of life, and that it can be a powerful teacher, helping us to grow and develop resilience. Raskolnikov's suffering, both psychological and physical, serves as a catalyst for his transformation. Through his pain, he learns humility, compassion, and the importance of living in harmony with his true self and with others. Suffering, as the Stoics believed, is an integral part of the human experience and a crucible for character development. Epictetus famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Raskolnikov's ordeal is a testament to this truth. His internal suffering, far greater than any physical punishment, drives his ultimate realization and acceptance of his human limitations. This transformative suffering aligns with the Stoic idea that enduring hardship with dignity leads to personal growth and the fortification of the soul. As we reflect on Raskolnikov's story, we are reminded of the Stoic belief that every challenge and adversity we face is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Raskolnikov's journey from arrogance and isolation to humility and connection illustrates this principle, showing us that even our darkest moments can lead to enlightenment and redemption. In his darkest moments, Raskolnikov embodies the Stoic principle that adversity is not only to be endured, but also embraced as a teacher. The struggles he faces serve to strip away his delusions of grandeur, forcing him to confront his humanity and vulnerability. This mirrors the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, the contemplation of potential misfortunes to build mental resilience. Raskolnikov's suffering becomes his teacher, guiding him back to the path of virtue and self-awareness. In conclusion, Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment offers a rich tapestry of insights that resonate deeply with Stoic philosophy. It reminds us of the dangers of abstract thinking detached from reality, the importance of living in accordance with nature and reason, the redemptive power of love and forgiveness, and the transformative potential of suffering. By studying both Dostoevsky and the Stoics, we can gain a deeper understanding of the human condition and find guidance for leading a life of virtue, purpose, and resilience. The Stoic call to virtue, as echoed in Dostoevsky's narrative, invites us to examine our own lives. Are we living in accordance with nature, embracing the realities of our existence and striving for moral excellence? Are we prepared to face our inner torments and transform them into strengths? The wisdom of the Stoics, intertwined with Dostoevsky's profound storytelling, offers us a roadmap for navigating the complexities of life, urging us toward a path of inner peace and outer harmony. As you reflect on these teachings, consider how they might apply to your own life. And if this exploration resonated with you, be sure to check out our full analysis on Stoicism and Dostoevsky. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with fellow seekers of wisdom. Together, we can continue to delve into the timeless truths that guide us toward a more meaningful existence.